Anyway,
I'm pretty good. Not much is
that's
going
good.
on.
I wanna touch on something that you were talking about before we got into
Yes.
this horse discussion,
Yes.
uh, which is the days of the off the wagon days.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been thinking about this recently.
Yes.
Yeah, so I remember senior year of high school. When I was getting ready to audition for schools for colleges,
Yes.
um, I was in like a huge rut in my playing. And I was like having a bunch of anxiety and, like I'm not going to be able to do this, all this sort of stuff. And I was talking to my parents, and I remember saying, I really would love it if all of my progress was just completely linear, just positive and linear. And and they're like, that's not how that works. That's not how life works. It's, you get better, and then, things happen, and
Yeah.
get better, and you plateau, and you get better, and all this sort of thing. And the hope is that it is a generally positive trajectory still. But yeah, and I didn't like that. I knew they were right, but I still was in one of those places where I really didn't like those bad times. Um, and again, this is I was thinking specifically about it, in regards to trumpet. But what I have noticed is obviously the same holds true for just personal development and improvement and everything. But what I have noticed recently is that I have gotten excited when I have found myself in those sort of lower places, those off the wagon days, or periods. It might not be a specific day, because in in past experiences, those have been the times where I have had the most motivation or inspiration to sort of double down and recommit to some of those habits or routines, or just commitments that I've made in the past. And so again, I've been excited about those times, when not when I'm in those places, but when I realize that I've failed to maintain the condition that I've been wanting to maintain, because those periods are often followed by more personal or spiritual development on my part.
Totally agree. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Ah,
Welcome back to the boys that are almost the same.
we never disagree,
Yeah. Agree
except
on
for the
everything.
tasteless colorblind conversation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was our one big disagreement.
Our only one, and it was very courteous. um yeah, I agree. I don't really think about progress. I don't
Yeah,
really care about like that. Because my idea is that if you're doing the things that you want to every day and you feel good and you feel happy, that's good. Like
yeah,
you don't always need like a a higher aspiration than that. You can, and I do have a couple, but it's not my main aspiration is like feel good every day and like do the things that I know make me feel good. And so
yeah.
I have a lot of input based goals. I don't really track anything that happens when I run. Like I
Mhm.
don't really care about mileage or anything like that. I don't care about when I practice about anything related to what licks I can play or how good I can improvise. I don't really care about my workouts, how much I can lift or whatever. It's more just about doing the things that I know make me feel good every day, adjusting to liking doing them, and then when I do have the off days, realize how horrible it feels to not be doing the things I know I should be, because then yeah, it allows you to double down. So
Yeah,
yesterday I didn't do my running, I didn't do a good amount of things, and I felt like the day was crap and it was worthless, and so I was excited to wake up and do the things that I like doing. Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't know. the crap days come every once in a while, sometimes more,
Yeah.
sometimes less. And I find it's like good to steer into the skid because it just like um it does provide that refresh, like the refreshing, like want to do all the things you want to do because then you're not tired out from those
Yeah.
as it is.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I think, like you said, just sort of that reminder that I like to do the things that I like to do,
Yeah.
like a reminder of just
Yeah.
how great it is when I actually do those things that are
Hmm.
good. So, yeah, no, I agree. And I think the, um, the emphasis on progress, I think is interesting, or maybe lack of emphasis on progress. Um, I think I definitely agree. I'm not a person who's like, constantly setting new goals and all this sort of stuff. I'm just, working at Safeway. And I am but what I do think is that often what I like to do, what makes me happy is when I'm um I don't know, not working toward a new goal, because that's not really what it is, but when I am that's what it is, and not when I'm maintaining a condition that I find myself in, but
Hmm.
when I am, seeking to grow. Because a lot of times I feel like, especially in a sense of like spirituality and morality, um, I feel like maintaining I have found that either I am sort of backsliding, I'm regressing,
Bringing
bringing
it
it back.
back, bringing it back.
Yes,
This
I'm
the title is going to be Henry is a backsliding democracy.
perfect. So like I'm either regressing or
Hmm.
I am sort of improving, and that, working on the improvement is not, it's usually in the spirit of maintaining the happiness that I have throughout the day. So that's the sort of thing. It's like I can keep doing the things that I'm doing. It's like when a routine turns into a rut,
Hmm.
where you're just sort of doing the same things every day, and it doesn't have that same,
Hmm.
um doesn't provide the same results or the same happiness. And so the that sort of provides an impetus for change, and hopefully progress, or at least development in some shape or form. And then things are good. I
Yeah,
I
that.
lost the end of that sentence.
But
So
just
yeah.
just to go off that, the reason why I think input based goals are good is because um, if you base something on time, there's theoretically um, there is a limit, but it's hard to reach how well you work within that certain amount of time, right?
Yeah.
And and your progress is cumulative from what you've done, right? It's not so much that you're in a rut because if you want to, like, I don't know, this is just how I view it. If you want to be doing these things and you want to be improving at these things, um, doing doing them every day at least a little bit, or trying to do them every day at least a little bit, you can improve marginally every day in something. There's always
Mhm.
something you can be improving on, and then over time you can look back and see that you've like it's not like um, I don't know. Dishes is kind of a good metaphor, although dishes, we've talked many a time about dishes.
We're big
Um,
fans.
it's always just the dishes are done and then you recycle and then you have more dishes and then you recycle. And then it's like, it's a constant cycle where nothing necessarily is being accomplished. But
Yeah.
every day, like, if you work out like your routine, um, every week, if you have this routine and you do it well and you focus on like, okay, maybe one more set today just because I can, or I uh, yeah, because I have the time, or I'm gonna try to like do my run a little bit quicker because yeah, it's just you can improve, and then over time you necessarily get better, and then the main thing is to like what you do, right? Because
Right,
then it doesn't feel
right.
like a rut.
That's the thing. Yeah, it's not improving for the sake of improvement or
Yeah,
to fulfill outside expectations. It's improving so that you're happier. And
yeah,
if improvement doesn't make you happier, if you're perfectly happy doing the same thing, like God
mhm,
bless, you know.
yeah,
So yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
yeah.
And I also
That's
like what you said about not focusing on the results part of it, you know, not
mhm,
focusing on like how fast I'm running or all this sort of stuff. It's
mhm,
the fact that I am running. Um,
yeah.
and
That's
I
what
think that's,
that's my problem with um, sort of the way education is structured.
yeah.
Um, Ari's like the only person, one of the only people that I've ever met to be super excited and determined about passing tests and learning curriculum in certain schools. And he's like, he would study and be very happy about doing it because he knew he should be doing it. And also, it was the improvement that he wanted to see in himself. But a lot of people do it because it's improvement for improvement's sake and it's
Yeah.
goal oriented. Um, and yeah, I just feel like those are the exact two opposite ways to be motivated. Um,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. I had a whole, I remember in like, I don't know, maybe like sophomore year of high school, I was like, I'm gonna reform the education system.
yeah.
Yeah, it
Henry's
starts
going to
here.
unbackslide the education.
Exactly.
Henry's a
No,
backsliding democracy, but an unbacksliding educational reformist.
no. So I was because I remembered in elementary school we got our
There we
report
go.
cards.
Prodigious.
Oh yes, we got our report cards. There was the achievement section, and then there was also the effort grade.
Oh
And
yeah.
I was like, we need to bring back the effort grade, you know?
Hmm.
And that's where the whole plan stopped. And then I stopped thinking about how I was going to reform. Um,
Time to bring it back. Time to bring
yeah,
it
time to
back.
bring it. That's what we should do, and I fixed it. But no, I do I like that idea a lot more. Um, and I think it's better. um, yeah. No, but no, I think you're right. I think it again, it has much more to do on, or it has much more to do about what you're choosing to do, how you're choosing to spend your time, rather than the external achievements or results.